Recording live from somewhere.
Totem Pole Nation. We are back at Lambeau's Water Sports on a good Monday. It is June. We're in the 6th month, right? We are in the second quarter of the year of 2024, right? We're almost there. This time is the NBA Finals. The NBA Finals are finally here. One of the most favorite time of basketball. You have the Dallas Mavericks, who had not been to the NBA Finals since Rick Carlisle and Dirk Nowitzki and Jayson Kidd as a former player, Sean Marion, JJ Barrera, all those guys since 2011 when they beat the Miami Heat in the series 4-2 in 6 games. Rick Carlisle was the head coach, but now they got a new head coach, Jayson Kidd. Jayson Kidd got hired by the Dallas Mavericks in 2021. There's 2 seasons there's 3 seasons with the Dallas Mavericks. They made the playoffs twice. They missed the playoffs last year, obviously, but this year they're in the finals against my Boston Celtics. This is going to be a great matchup. Kyrie Irving is back in Boston. And I know there's a lot of hate from Celtics fans about Kyrie and boo Kyrie and F Kyrie and all this other stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just play basketball. Who's going to get that ring? Is it going to be Luka Doncic and Kyrie, the second best duo in the NBA? Because I still think that the first best duo in the NBA is Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. Or is it going to be the Boston Celtics? Is it going to be Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown? Because they've been to Eastern Conference Finals before. They've been to the finals before and they lost. They've been there. They've been up to the top. They've been the top team. But who is going to win? Coach Taylor said, trust the process, right? He said 2 months ago that the Dallas Mavericks were going to make the finals. I was wrong. They beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games. I was wrong. Now, I hope that I'm not wrong when the Dallas Mavericks lose to the Boston Celtics. Now, of course, I'm going to think the Boston Celtics are going to win because that is my team, and I'm passionate about my team. I'm going to say my team's going to win no matter what. But here, I'm not going to be in denial. I'm not going to be stubborn, and I'm not going to act like I know everything. It's like what Socrates says, you don't know nothing. Daniel Berry, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you for tuning in to Lambeau's Water Sports. I'm going to tell you something. Jayson Kidd can make adjustments, which I'm very scared of what adjustments he's going to make. I'm very, very scared of what adjustments he's going to make. Joe Mazzulla was an assistant under Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka got fired because, how you cheat on Nia Long, blah, 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 blah. It's a different story for later. But Joe Mazzulla last year kind of was in a slump, down 3-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals. You made it into 7 games, and boom, you still have a job. Then there was rumors saying that his job was on the line, but then he got the job back. Grayson, thank you for tuning in to Lambeau's Water Sports. Thank you for tuning in to Totem Pole Nation as well. We really do appreciate you. When it comes to the series, I still think the Boston Celtics are going to win. Now, if the Celtics win the finals, is it going to be because of Joe Mazzulla, or is this going to be because of Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown? Who do we give credit to? This situation with the Celtics is kind of going to be the same thing with LeBron. If LeBron wins the championship, the coaches don't get no credit. This one is going to be when the Celtics win the finals, will Joe Mazzulla get the credit because I guess he's the youngest head coach along with Bill Russell to make the finals? So that sounds good. I do miss Ime Udoka, but Joe Mazzulla does look lost sometimes. And Jayson Kidd, he's been a former player. He's been a head coach. He was 1 year head coach in Brooklyn. Then he spent 4 years in Milwaukee. Then he spent 3 years in Dallas. And then also I think he spent 3 seasons as an assistant under the Lakers as well. Is this Totem Pole? Yes, MK, this is Totem Pole. I don't know what you were trying to say. I think the Boston Celtics win in 6. Here's my only issue when it comes to that. The Boston Celtics offensively is my problem. The defense is not really going to be an issue for me. Now, I know you're going to say, well, you got to guard Luka, you got to guard Kyrie. Is Drew Holiday a better matchup on Kyrie or Luka? I think he's a better matchup on Kyrie. Now, who's going to guard Luka Doncic? Jaylen Brown? I'm not putting Jaylen Brown on Kyrie. Kyrie is the best one-on-one guy in the NBA right now. He's hard to guard. So the defensive matchups I think they're pretty favorable. Porzingis is coming back. So the Dallas Mavericks going to have to prepare for Porzingis. We made the finals without Porzingis like half the playoffs. So how do you prepare for Porzingis who can go inside and out, pick and roll, set the screen? How do you going to guard that? I know Luka can score, but can Luka actually play defense? Who on the Mavericks is going to guard Tatum? Probably you can put plenty of people. You can put Jones Jr. on him probably. You're going to put somebody on Tatum. Luka on Tatum's going to be a mismatch. I promise you that. Derek Lively is going to have to guard Al Horford or Porzingis. I mean, the Dallas Mavericks do have a okay bench, but the Boston Celtics have a deeper bench. You got Sam Hauser. You had Peyton Pritchard. They've got a lot. They got a lot. Now, if this series is going to come down to adjustments. It's always about adjustments. Now, here has what the Dallas Mavericks did on the road to the finals. Well, you got Kyrie last year. You also acquired Daniel Gafford from Washington in a draft consideration in February. You also got a couple guys that you signed, like Oliver Maxine Prosper. You got him to the G League. And then Jayson Kidd. The smart thing she did as the organization. Mark Cuban sold half the team. And also, by the way, Jayson Kidd got an extension. A multi-year extension before he would have been shipped off to the LA Lakers. Give that man an extension after he went past the second round. Very smart. Ladies and gentlemen, I predicted this 2 years ago when we started Totem Pole. I said Luka Doncic was the best player in the NBA 2 years ago. When he had that triple-double, that 60, 20, and 20, a 60-point triple-double that was never done in NBA history. I said Luka Doncic was the best player 2 years ago. I still think Luka Doncic is one of the top players right now. Yeah, the question is, what type of Luka Doncic we're going to have? We know he's going to complain to the refs. We know he's going to do this. But Kyrie feeds off Luka. And this is going to be scary. Now, I'm not nervous or anything. I'm not going to be nervous. I'm not going to be shaken. I think this will be a great series. This could be a 6 or 7 game series. Of course, Boston has home court advantage with them being the number 1 seed. I think the Dallas Mavericks are like the number 5 seed. So, obviously, when it comes to this situation, the Boston Celtics will get home court advantage. Dallas Mavericks have a great bench. You have Derek Lively, who's very active. A lot of alley-oops. That what Dallas did against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're really going to feed off that. It's going to be a bunch of alleys. There's going to be a bunch of pick and rolls. Kyrie's going to get that space, and the ball movement from Dallas is very great. But this game is going to come down to adjustments. Joe Mazzulla looks lost. Doesn't look like he can coach. I wish we had Ime Udoka back, but that's never going to happen. But as of right now, I got to put my faith in the players over Joe Mazzulla. The Celtics just jacked too many threes. We Golden State. We think we Steph Curry and Clay and Jordan Poole. He's not a third splash butter, but we just think we can just drain threes. And the problem with the Celtics is when you drain so many threes, you give teams more possessions. When it comes to the Dallas Mavericks, you need to give them less possessions. Don't give them more. You know, Luka Doncic like to go one-on-one, hit that step-back three-pointer. I'm going to tell you, man, this don't look good. If the Celtics sit up here and take 45 threes, we're not winning the series. Boston, you have the size. You have Porzingis back. You have an Al Horford. You can put anybody in a pick and roll and they won't stop it. Stop jacking threes. Jayson Kidd is going to have a plan for that. Jayson Kidd is going to have a plan for that if the Celtics are just going to jack threes. I'm still picking Boston in 6. But I'm going to blame the coaching if we don't fix us just jacking threes. We have the size. We have the bench. Go to the basket. The last couple of games have been getting beat pretty badly in the paint. And keep the turnovers into a minimum. You keep the turnovers into a minimum, the Boston Celtics will win the series. Now, Dallas Mavericks got Kyrie. He signed a 3-year extension before the season started. The Boston Celtics advanced their way to the finals. Did you know at one point in 2019 that they were going to trade Kyrie for Porzingis, but it didn't work out? We ended up getting Kemba Walker, which that never worked out either. We made the Eastern Conference Finals in 2020 with Kemba Walker. But then it was like, no. Porzingis is from Dallas. Kyrie is from Boston. There's some history involved. Kyrie might win the championship. Kyrie is more mature as he's ever been. And I'm trying to tell you something. If Kyrie wins his championship, what you got to say about him now? What you got to say about Kyrie now? Kyrie has matured. Don't say he needs LeBron because Luka and Kyrie are the new duo of the NBA. Not like Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown being the highest paid player on the team. He's like the worst. He's like a great bad shooter. Sometimes he can shoot, sometimes he can't shoot, and he still can't dribble with his left hand. So you get paid, you get paid $300+ million. You still struggle with that left hand dribble. I tell you this, I'm confident in my Celtics. It's going to be a great series. It's going to be a storyline. The pattern might be the Mavericks, but I also want the pattern to be the Boston Celtics. All we have to do is follow the pattern. We will let you know what happens. Totem Nation, thank you for tuning in to Lambos World of Sports. We will be here on Thursday for the live watch party of the Boston Celtics versus the Dallas Mavericks. It is going to be a great series. Boston in 6. Y'all have a great day. Please take care.